Now we're going to go over a few things that we don't do here at Pinnacle. We don't allow this in our room. If we see somebody do it, wrestle line, even if they get away with it, we will reprimand them. Okay, this isn't going to help their wrestling in years to come. We want to help their wrestling when they're in high school and beyond into college. When they're wrestling the best guys, we want to be the best guys, not just the everyday Joe. So, our first one is the chin whip, which at a young age, a lot of people will get because kids just don't know, so they keep running behind. I'm strong! Strong! That's what we don't want to do on a chin whip, is run behind. So I am taking a shot, whether it's a high crotch or double leg, and Jared here, the junk wrestler that he is, tries to go for a chin whip, and we'll show you what happens when you actually get some power and when you know what to do on the chin whip. So I take a shot right here, he goes to chin whip me right here. All that's doing is really setting me up to lift him up. So I start to drive up, he starts to chin whip, look at my right leg. Boom! I can just pick him up initially, okay? Sometimes it gets tight, so we have to circle our legs a little bit, which will also take the power out. So if I'm in this position and it's tight, I might need to circle, and then I can finish. Anytime I circle away from that chin whip, it takes him away from me. So then the person shoots, scores the points. So obviously, when somebody shoots on us, we don't want them scoring points. What we don't do here, when somebody has a chin whip, right here, is try to go around. Okay, now I can actually get chin. Okay, that should be self-explanatory. So we don't do chin whips in here because they don't work.
Another no-no, a move that is frowned upon in here is the crossface. And again, these are moves that are taught at a young age because some of the ideas seem right at a young age, but again, we're not actually trying to get the kid to win at just that level. We're trying to build them up to where, you know, they're getting better as a whole and not just getting better at this age. Because then what's going to happen is 2 years from now, they have to completely erase that habit because that habit will end up getting them in trouble. Next one is crossface. So I shoot in on Paulson and he crossfaces me. Now, the idea seems right where you're pushing the head away, but what it's doing is it also drives the head up. Now, at a young age, kids are too scared to grit their teeth and drive up with it. But as you get into high school and college, well, I want people crossface me. I get here, he crossfaces me. That's all it does is it brings my head up. I'm up, and I'm in. Now, he may get across my face a little bit where he's actually, hurting me. That's the part where I just got to muscle in, and then I'm driving up. He's bringing my body up. Pinnacle. We are all about stuffing the head, even from this position. Right here, if he starts trying to crossface me with no ankle, I can still drive in because he loses. To crossface, you have to open your hip up. We want Paulson to stop right here. He stuffs the head, I'm in trouble. He crossfaces me, I can scramble out of that. He gives me an opportunity. So one of the biggest things, and we see it a lot, we see it in our elite, our pre-elite, our high school, it's a muscle memory to just kind of crossface. And instead of crossface, it's very simple. Instead of here, or here. All right? Stuff the head, hips in, versus trying to run this crossface. I concede my hip. All right? Big no-no.
Now there is one time, maybe two, when we actually do crossface. In this high crotch position, when Jared's going to score, or I'm going to score right here. Now, after I picked up ankle and hooked it, right here, he might still be holding on. I'm driving my hips in. Now I can push him. It's going to help me push him to his hip. Now I can crossface because I have this ankle hooked. Now I can crossface. There's an exception. Exception to the rule. Now our next no-no, some people do get away with this move, but we really believe it shows bad habits if you continually do it. And when middle school comes and you're a little stronger than your opponent, a lot of kids get away with it. Even in high school, you can get away with it quite a bit if you're stronger, maybe a little faster. The problem is it teaches you to throw your head down. So on this fireman's carry, Some people can still do it. It just shouldn't be your go-to move. This should be a move that you hit when it's there, you hit maybe when you need 5, but if you continually do it, you will continually throw your head down, which gets you in bad habits. When we are shooting, we want our head up and driving, not throwing it down. So me, I lived in the underhook. So I used to love when people actually firemen me, because I would drive them down because their weight is going against that leg. So they are very weak in that position. So whether he's inside or whether I have an underhook, a quick defense to the fireman's. So first inside position, they're both the same. Inside position, he takes a shot. The most common problem we have is people want to do this and reach over and grab. Okay? And then they can finish the fireman's. But did you see how his head threw down? Now when you get against somebody strong and this arm comes out or he drives into you, that head going down is going to be a detriment. So he goes, boom, and he tries to drive head down as I'm popping my hips in. He not only loses the arm, he's in a horrible position to finish. So if a guy shoots a fireman's and actually is in a high crotch position, he's still not in good position to finish because of his angle on the fireman's he took. So this time I just get my arm out, and he might still have my leg here because I went hips up, but look at his position that he's in. His head's down and I already have him. Now I'm just driving in. So the fireman's and even the outside carry, where you throw your head down, is a bad habit to get into. Then when you try to start learning your high crotch, you try to start learning your single leg, it hurts your basic offense that you should be going after if you want to be the best. If you want to beat the best.
I think another way to even look at it is you may get it. You may get it one time. I might be wrestling Paulson. He might not know. I might catch him. I might catch him off balance. You know, I dump down. I somehow score here. But later on that match, or the next 5 times I tried, he just sprawls even. Let's just say he doesn't even hit in, but he sprawls. But this is my shot now. You know, I'm doing this kind of stuff, and I'm stuck down here trying to hang in. And what's going to happen is you're going to find out that you actually get scored on more than you get. And that's why we don't preach it in here, because it teaches a lot of bad habits.